You know, I've never really been part of the whole Crash Bandicoot fan base. I do remember playing the games, I remember watching it a lot behind my cousin as he played, mainly Crash 3. But Crash Bandicoot to me has always been a mascot. So when the N.Sane trilogy came around, I wasn't that hyped for it, but I do have to admit, it's nice for the fans of Crash Bandicoot to get something after all these years. I mean, after all, you don't leave a character like that benched for over a year.
Hey, dickhead.
Whoa! It's Andy the Bootleg trademarked!
That's me. A whole year. You've ignored me for a whole year.
Say what now?
I was supposed to be a fresh new character to replace that stupid Cedric jar you have, but no! You thought putting me in videos was too much work, and instead I'm just a prop for your stupid cross-dressing Dora sketches where you cover me in tomato sauce and leave me on the balcony without cleaning me for months on end!
Well, to be fair, I was busy and...
Too busy to give me a quick wash?
Yeah? Okay. What do you want?
I want more roles on your channel.
That's it?
I really got nothing else in my life. I'm a goddamn boot on a leg. What else do I have?
That's true. But my answer's still no.
Sweet. What?
Look, Andy. Bootlegs are just not that great to cover, okay? They've either got nothing to do with the game whatsoever, or they're just bad translations and nonsensical. So it's just repetitive.
You do realize there's a gun pointed at you, right?
Crash Bandicoot bootlegs, everybody!
TerryByte.
If you've watched my Harry Potter bootleg video, you'll know there was footage of a Crash Bandicoot bootleg game in there. I really thought nothing of it when I was making the video. I just needed sample footage to show the breadth and scope of what bootleg games had to offer. How weird they can be, how strange the concept, how borderline offensive and batshit insane they are.
And here I am, playing it.
2003 Crash 2 The Huge Adventure. So it's a sequel to The Huge Adventure, and it's made by our favorite company, Syntax, who've made just a plethora of shit. This was released on the Game Boy Color, and well, that's all the info I can find about it. Oh no. Is that the artwork for the game? God, Crash here looks like he's a redneck on the fast track to get a pot belly about to shoot some protesters just for the fun of it with his overly realistic looking Wampa shotgun? And you say there's nothing to talk about. Serene life of people is in this fine cosmos. Whoa, is that animation? I'm honestly stunned. Even Harry Boy didn't have that. Oh look, it's Cortex. I think? I do not know to how I still take you nearby. You disappointed me so many times. Disappointed. You know, when I was writing the script, Word autocorrected it to the actual spelling twice before it straight up gave up and said, you know what, fine, spell it wrong, dumbass. Disappointed! Forgives me, I wasted so many years to try to conquer those stupid people. Oh, that was a bit dark. Trust me, I have a plan for resident of the weak and small people on Earth. Your God, I am your ruler. Ha! Holy moly, he's a giant nobody from Kingdom Hearts 2. Finally, I won't, and now no one can obstructed me.
I mean, I have passed 3, so I guess I can as long as I have more than 25% of my health.
I think I've seen it all. The random pictures, the awful translation, which honestly isn't as bad as Grand Fando. Nothing can surprise me, honestly. I've shot giant bikini ladies. I've played 3D Pac-Man with Harry Potter sprites. Come on, give me your best. A giant chicken. Is he supposed to be Aku Aku? A giant fucking chicken? What the fuck is going on? And Crash says, okay. What? The actual...
I'm excited. Let's play this sucker. Oh.
Alright, for real, I just got killed by a walking mushroom, but its head is an egg. I'm trying so hard to actually figure out what this thing is. Seriously, in the comments, what the fuck is that thing? So as you can see, you can jump and spin just like in the games, and break boxes. The aim of each level is to collect the gem and get to the end of the level, so I have to admit it follows the gameplay of the actual series, and to be fair, Crash doesn't look awful. I mean, he doesn't look great, but have you seen what this company churns out? The only thing that's really awful are the controls, mainly spinning, because it stops all your momentum. Pressing B locks you in a disgustingly slow and painful attack that makes attacking in general not fun at all. Oh look, it's a purple baby tiger cub with a panda face. just fucking stop? Oh my god, what is that thing? And what is that? What? Oh my god, I'm gonna be sick. Also, every time Crash jumps, he does a single frame of the sickest dab.
You know what? This isn't too bad. Okay, it's terrible. That's not what I mean. Like, yes, the controls are janky and the character designs are nonsensical and there's a giant chicken. But that's not what I mean at all. Because, you know, people love to make fun of these bootlegs and all that. But in reality, you have to think about it. There's some poor Chinese kid back in the day. This was all they had. Their parents really wanted to give them some form of entertainment, so they buy a dodgy copy off a market store. And this was all they had. So you can take your bad Crash games and shove it. Because there was some poor kid out there who played 2003 Crash 2. And they probably loved it.
So I collect the gem, get to the end of the level, and nothing is happening. What do? I just walk around a bit, get freaked out by the crawling animation of Crash, and legit, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Am I supposed to collect something else? Because otherwise, this warp pad should take me to the next level. I've been here for 10 minutes, what am I supposed to...
Yo, Andy, shoot me right here, come on, right there, yeah.
I have no idea what I did differently. My best bet is you warp whenever the game feels like it. But whatever, it worked now, and... Whoa! Well, that was cheap. Hey, this is like one of those chase levels, except it's a truck. This level just keeps going and going and going. Oh, I'm so bored, just end already. What the hell, why is that box green? Is that supposed to be a nitro crate? Well, you know what? I'm not willing to try it out. Oh, finally, it's the end of the level. It's time to warp out of here and...
On to the next game.
Crash Bandicoot for the Sega Genesis. Just let that sink in. Well, after booting the game up, you get treated to an awfully compressed image of what looks like Crash Mind of a Mutant, meaning that this has to be released post-2008 for the Sega Genesis. Let's just start. What the fuck am I looking at? Is that supposed to be Crash? Because it's quite clearly a squirrel. Oh, but he's throwing Wumpa Fruit and has gems, so therefore, Crash Bandicoot, ladies and gentlemen! Okay, so here's the deal. You play as... Crash here, running through each level to get to the end in a Sonic fashion, running fast with that
blast processing,
and a variety of moves at your disposal. You can double jump, fall to the ground, glide through the air, do a cool somersault vault kick thing, and this. Honestly, this is pretty fun, powering through levels and trying to avoid enemies, nothing special, but it has a nice feel to it. It's a bit slippy, but it helps its fast gameplay. The gliding mechanic is pretty cool and requires a bit of skill, although it still has its fair share of bullshit. Oh, what the fuck? The sprite work is solid, animation is sweet. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's nothing special, but I could see myself trying to beat this game. It has a fairly good learning curve. I just wish the screen was zoomed out a little bit. But honestly, it's got cool concepts. This annoying yet somewhat satisfying slippy surface, the Wumpa throwing, the bonus rooms, the platforming, the glide mechanic is all pretty satisfying once you get it down. Only problem, what in the holy hell has this got to do with Crash Bandicoot? Apart from literally that title screen, the gems and apples, I'm not even gonna call them Wumpa anymore, nothing. Straight nothing. In fact, if you're familiar with the Genesis or SNES library, you might recognize this game. It's a hack of Zero the Kamikaze Squirrel, which would explain the reason why a fucking Bandicoot can glide. All they did was replace the ninja stars, come on, it was the 90s, everything had to be ninjas, and life bar with Crash assets.
That's it.
Now in most cases, I wouldn't have known this was a hack of a previous SNES or Genesis game because I'm not that familiar with its library, so I would have to research it, but I didn't have to for this particular game. You know why? Because it says right there, Zero the Kamikaze Squirrel. They didn't even try. Yo Andy, I'm done.
Done? That was only like 2 games.
Yeah, that's all of them. Crash wasn't that big of an icon to make hacks of in the first place. I mean, there was one more made for the GBA, but that plays exactly like the existing 2003 Crash 2, just with updated graphics. And it's also impossible to play because it hasn't been dumped yet.
You can't just end it there, you looked at like 5 last time.
Yeah, that's why they're so hard to review. Just like I said at the start of the video, they're hacks of existing games, or they're so nonsensical I can't really talk about anything, or they're so blatantly offensive to use 9/11 footage to show off their port of Metal Slug. And that's a thing.
Gee, that went dark.
Okay, Andy, if it means that much to you, I'll do other bootlegs of other franchises. How about that?
Promise?
Yes.
Cross your heart and hope to die?
Yes.
Put a ring on it?
Yeah-huh.
The one ring?
Yes.
The one ring to rule them all?
Andy, where are you going with... Oh.